And this is me, right? Actually, back when I was about 15 or 16, I think 15 years old. Okay, I was actually in a KFC in this particular t-shirt, KFC, right? And and you can see, right, that I was severely overweight. I think I weigh about, I had a maximum weight of 108 kilos. That was my max weight. Or was it 110? Thereabout, right? It's definitely triple digit. And then shortly, I would say, 8 months later, right, I managed to lose 30 kg. And after that, a couple of years, I did manage to, put on a little bit of muscles as well, some little bit of muscle mass. So this is a picture over here. You can see, right, my so-called transformation. And here's another one I want to share with you, right? You can see that back when I was in secondary school, right, I was actually last in class. I can see, right, out of the entire class of 35 students, I am 35 out of 35. In other words, I'm the last in class, and I'm overweight, and and really, right, things didn't seem too good for me. All right, and somehow or rather, right, when I eventually gotten my degree, I graduated with a first class honors. So now, here's the thing, right? Why am I sharing this with you? Why am I sharing this with you? It's not to brag, right? I don't like to brag, but the reason why I'm sharing this with you is that your past and present does not equals to your future. So right now, it could mean that you're a losing trader. Maybe you have a many failed relationship. Maybe you're a horrible student. You're a horrible employee, right? You are poor in your finance. You're poor in your relationships, right? You're a loser. But it doesn't matter because your past or your present does not equals to your future. Just look at the two examples I just shared with you earlier, right? I was fat, severely overweight, and hey, I lost those weight, right? Put on a little bit of muscle along the way. I was the worst student that you can find, but hey, doesn't matter, right? I graduated with first class honors. So your past does not equals to your future. It doesn't matter what you have done. It doesn't matter. It's all over. What matters is right now. Right now, because the changes that you're going to do right now is going to create a better future. So now some of you might be thinking, okay, Rayner, how did you do it, right? How did you, go from a losing, a fat, overweight kid, right, who suck at studies to someone who, lose all their weight and, and did well for his studies? How did you do it? And here's the secret, right? The secret is this. The secret is not the how. The secret is the why. So let me explain to you what I mean by this. So back then when I was fat, okay, and I've not shared this with, I think, any of you before, but when you are fat, right, I'm not sure if any of you are fat, right, but when I was fat, I didn't feel good, right? I was always self-conscious of myself, right? I'm always, taking up too much space. I'm wondering, man, am I giving out any smell, right? Is the, people in the public transport, are they, affected by my smell, right? Am I perspiring too much? Okay, I'm always very self-conscious. And when you are fat, you are the center of attraction. There's no denying it. You are the center of attraction. Okay, when you do a group project with your friends and something goes wrong, they blame the fat guy because the fat guy is lazy. When you go to a shop, right, and maybe a glass bottle breaks, they look at the fat guy because he's clumsy. When you go to a restaurant, a meal with your friends, and the bill comes up, boom, whoa, $500. Who ate the most? You look at the fat guy because he eats the most. He eats the most, right? So it's always the fat guy, and the fat guy. And I got sick and tired of being the fat guy. Getting blamed for things that I didn't even do, right? Just because I'm fat, just because I'm different. So I am sick and tired of it, right? And one fine day I told myself, this is enough, right? I want to have a normal life. I want to get married. I want to be, dating, right? I want girls to be attracted to me. I had all these thoughts that maybe I can't even get married because I'm too fat, right? And, nobody wants me. So enough is enough, right? So that's where I decided to, I'm going all in to lose those weight. So what did I do? Well, I just did whatever is logical to me, right? I cut down my food, right? I started eating, kway teow soup, right? It's basically noodles with soup. I stopped drinking those 7-Up, Coca-Cola, iced lemon tea. I stopped all the sugar drink. I just drink plain water, mineral water, and that's it. Right? I eat about, I think, 3 meals a day still, but those meals are all low in sugar, and low in fat, and low in carbs, pretty low in carbs. And then I started going to the gym. Okay, I just run on the treadmill 20 minutes, 2-3 times a week, plus that diet of mine. That pretty much got me to 20 plus to 30 kilos within 8 months. Right, then I started lifting weights since I'm at the gym. I'm already there, might as well just lift some weight along the way. And after a few years, right, pretty much put on a little bit of muscles along the way. And that's how I did it. There's no magic behind my how. As you can see, that these are stuff that are pretty common sense. Alright, if I'm not sure, I can just go Google and read some books on how to lose some weight or exercise. But before I actually reach the how stage, I had to find my why. And this is why I said that the why is more important than the how. Because once you find your why, the how will take care of itself. And my why is that the pain of being fat is greater than the pain of doing something about it. Okay, the pain of being fat is greater than the pain of doing something about it. And that, right, that why of mine create a fire to go out there and create my so-called own miracle. That's it. Okay, and back to my studies. How did I got from last in class to graduating with first class honors, right? Second in my cohort. How did I do it, right? So this is the why. So, as you know, right, I am pretty much a mediocre student all my life. And here's the thing, right? My dad, right, back then, he is a sole proprietor. Okay? What he does is that he delivers goods to a supermarket, like detergent, right? Stuff like, to clean your window, clean your floor, right? Those type of bacterial scrub and stuff like that. So those goods are all liquid and they're heavy, right? Each carton weighs anywhere from, 10 to 20 kilos, one carton. And every day he will deliver all these goods to the supermarket. So what he needs to do is he just go to the warehouse, take those goods and put them in his lorry. And from his lorry, he has to deliver to all the individual supermarket every day. And mind you, he is lifting, right, about 100 of these cartons a day. 100 multiplied by 10 kilos, that's 1,000 kilo. That is 1 ton. And that is only from the warehouse to the lorry. From the lorry to the supermarket, he has to unload this 1 ton down. So in total, each day he's lifting like 2 tons, 2,000 kilos. And my dad is not young. My dad is in his 60s. He's out in the sun every single day, getting scorched, getting burned. For what? Just because he can put me to university. Just so that I can have a better education, so I don't, maybe I don't have to work in the sun. So when I thought about this, right, and when I entered university, I realized that, man, I can't be, goofing around uni and just, passing with mediocre grades. I can't do justice to my dad, right, by behaving in that manner. So I told myself, when I enter university, I'm going to get a first class honors. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to do it. That is my why. Was it difficult? Yes, it's difficult, right? Because I don't even know how to study at that point in time. I had to teach myself how to study at the age of 21 or 22 when I enrolled in uni. I had to go to Google. I had to go to the library for the first time. I had to go at YouTube, right? Formulas, right? Theories, right? That I didn't understand in class because not all of us have amazing lecturers. But there's no excuse to fail, right? You can always go out there, the internet, huge resources out there to find the answers that you're seeking. And when exams come, I'm studying 12, 14 hours a day in my room, right? Locked up in a room for 12, 14 hours a day. Was it easy? No, it isn't easy, right? Try sitting down 12 hours a day, right? Doing papers after papers after papers. It wasn't easy. But how did I do it? It's my why. Because whenever I felt demotivated, whenever I felt that I just can't push on any longer, the only thing that I need to think about is of my father. When I'm in the aircon room studying for 12 hours a day, my dad is out there in the heat, in the sun, slogging his guts out so that his son can study in university, so that his son, right, can go out there and have a competitive advantage, right, in looking for a job. So I just couldn't take it lying down, right? I couldn't just, procrastinate, get demotivated while my dad is slogging his guts out, perspiring in the hot sun in Singapore, carrying 2 tons a day on average. I can't swallow that. So that's all I need to picture. That's all I need to imagine, right? To get the whatever confidence, whatever mojo you call it, right? To get back on track to study. And that's how I pretty much, attained my first class honor. It's through sheer, I would say, perseverance and discipline. That's it. There's no secret sauce. I'm not a bright student. I don't have a high IQ. I don't even know how to study. I have to start everything from scratch. But the reason why I'm able to do it, the how, is because I found my why. My why of not letting my father down. My why of making my parents proud, making my dad proud, right? To let him know that all his effort that he has put in to me, right, for the last 20 odd years, right, in feeding me, clothing me, putting me to school, is not in vain. That is my why. And that's the point I'm trying to bring out to you here today. If you want to be a trader, forget about all the hows, the strategies, and the techniques. Find your why. Because once you find your why, right, trust me, my friend, your why will trump all excuses out there. All the excuses that it's my broker's fault, right? Oh, it's the market's fault. It's the Greek financial crisis. It's the 08-09 financial crisis, blah, 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 blah. Forget it. Once you find your why, your excuses will melt just like that. Okay, so this is, I leave this at the last because this I find is so important that many traders don't even realize it. And I'm sharing this with you now. Your why is more important than your how, and your why will trump all excuses.